Hi, welcome to Writers Wednesday. Your plans are awesome. I am so excited now today that we're going to take those plans that you've worked on for the last 2 weeks and you are going to start writing your fractured fairy tale. You do not have to write it all today. If you want to, go for it, but you do not have to write it all today. Remember in the classroom, I always said that we had to practice our writing skills every day for 20 minutes to a half an hour. All right. So if you are getting at it once you get started with this today, after I go through the lesson and you're writing and you want to write the whole thing and share it with me, great, you can. We're going to be doing some more work with it next week. But if you want to get all your ideas down today, go for it. But if you don't have to. But at the end of your writing session today, no matter how much you have done, I want you to share it with me. But your writing session, friends, should be 20 minutes to a half an hour. So 20 to 30 minutes. So if you're only planning on writing for part of that or writing part of your story today, then you need to set a timer and you need to be writing for 20 to 30 minutes. So you should be able to get most of it done today because next week you're going to finish it. All right. So what are we going to work on today? So we're going to take that plan, going to pull that plan, that Google Doc back out, and you're going to start writing your fractured fairy tale. All right. So many creative ideas I've seen out there. So, what I want for you to do today is really focus as you're writing, as a writer today, and using dialogue to describe the actions, thoughts, and events in a story. So, remember, dialogue is the conversation between the characters, what's going on. But that dialogue isn't going to be just he said, she said, asked, what, okay? It's going to be using that to describe the actions, what's going on in the story, the thoughts, what people are feeling and thinking, and the events, what are going on. I want you to imagine you are in our classroom. I know it's been so long since we've been there, but along our window, above the windows, remember we have all of those structure words that help us put a movie in our audience's mind. When we describe color, we describe action, and we describe perspective. So where are we seeing this from? Size, color, how many. You want to put all of those important details with dialogue, with conversation in your story. So remember, dialogue. We are going to put quotation marks around the words that your characters are actually speaking. So I haven't read this story to you yet. It's coming. I'm going to be reading it in the next couple days. Very Little Red Riding Hood. Okay. So Very Little Red Riding Hood. I'm going to read just a small little smidgen here to you. Okay. So Very Little Red Riding Hood is a fractured fairy tale of Little Red Riding Hood. So this is Very Little Red Riding Hood. And she's heading off to see her grandma, and she comes across the wolf. I'm just going to read these couple pages to you. Are you scared? Asked the wolf. I'm not scared. And look how it's all bold-faced. So that quotation, I not scared, is describing actions and thoughts. And with that big, bold not, really puts that emphasis in there. I, Very Little Red Riding Hood, and that's what I am, said Very Little Red Riding Hood. I go see Grandma with cakes, said Very Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, good, said the wolf. Can I have one? No. So let's look at that, said Very Little Red Riding Hood. No touch my cakes. So here we have that that dialogue right here describing actions. She does not want the wolf to touch her cakes. The wolf tried again. Can I come too? So here's a quotation, some dialogue describing some actions. He wants to come as well to see Grandma. No. Now, notice she's not going to yell. She is not going to say, no, shouted Very Little Red Riding Hood. Go away. The wolf tried once more. Look at these lovely flowers, he said. We could pick some for your grandma. No, screamed Very Little Red Riding Hood. No Lello flowers, red. So that dialogue is putting a very exact movie in my mind. It is describing actions, what they're doing, picking flowers. The wolf's asking for cake. She's saying no. Thoughts, you know her thoughts. She's getting frustrated through this dialogue. She's screaming at him. Some, not all of her words, some are big, black, bold-faced words, and it's describing the events of trying to get to grandma's house. So over here, I've given just a couple of examples of the things that you could do to use dialogue to describe actions, thoughts, and events. Words like exclaimed and yelled, hopped, cried, wondered, ran quickly. Today, again, you're going to start writing your story. You can write the whole thing if you want, but you have to be actively writing. So if you get up and go get a drink and you go to the bathroom and you start fiddling around with your computer, time stops, just like it was in the classroom. You have to actively write for 20 to 30 minutes. When that time is up, you may be done for today, but you should be about halfway done with your story, I would think. Okay. So get that plan out, get that Google Doc plan out so you know what your plan is. Start writing. Keep in mind, dialogue to describe actions today. I've included what I've done in my story. I wrote for about a half an hour, 20 minutes. You'll see what I got done in that amount of time and take a look at my dialogue that I've used to describe actions, thoughts, and events. I cannot wait to see it. Again, even if you're not done at the end of your writing session, share your Google Doc with me so I can see what you got. All right, off you go to write. See you later, writers. Bye.